What's up, guys? This is Rise, and welcome to another video. Today, we are featuring battles from recent number 2 on the GBL Global Leaderboard, Rockhaven. Now, one of my favorite things about the play Pokemon circuit is we feature battles that have already maybe established themselves as big names in the community, and we get to see them battle. We also, it seems like every tournament, find new players that make great runs and become big-time names themselves. And Rockhaven is one of those players who, coming into this season, probably not many people knew his name. Now has beaten me twice for one, and also has beaten so many other top trainers, has finished top 3, and is consistently doing really well at these regionals. And now you see it translate in the Go Battle League as well. I think he was already doing well in the Go Battle League before he was doing tournaments. But yeah, Rockhaven's sitting there number 2. Crescent Angels is renowned as one of the top players in the world at number 3. My good friend Softoph, who we've featured on the channel, at number 5. And we are going to get into the footage. He's rocking a cool team. 2 meta picks in the back, but a Melmetal in the lead. When's the last time you've seen Melmetal in the Great League? I mean, maybe like once in the last season if I'm playing someone crazy, but you hardly ever see Melmetal in the Great League. It's usually more of a Master League Pokemon, and it's even not as common as it used to be in the Master League anymore. But Melmetal, an absolutely crazy pick to climb to this high of elo, and sometimes you just identify something weird and obscure that can be a core breaker in the meta, and sometimes it works out. So we'll see this gameplay here from number 2 ranked Rockhaven. Going to soft lose that matchup. Gligar can hold its own against Mantine. And now going to go for the Thunder Shock down here. Water Pulse is going to hurt, but gets a nice farm down. And we know how spammy Melmetal is. Going for the Super Power immediately. Against Hippowdon, this would do a lot of damage. Gets that shield. Swaps Cresselia. And Hippowdon, we know, does not want to eat a Grass Knot. So they're going to elect to throw energy, and they might dip out of here. Rockhaven's going to shield up the Scorching Sands. They dip into a Gligar. And let's see how this plays out. If you play this in like the 2 shield scenario, eventually all you need is 2 Grass Knots. But as you see, the Moonblast is a little bit less than half. So Rockhaven in the 1 shield scenario, or maybe the 0 shield scenario, recognizes I want to go for the double Moonblast instead. And this should just about knock out the Gligar if it connects. Let's see what the opponent does here. They're going to let it go. They still have 1 shield to hide behind, but this Grass Knot will get the final shield, and honestly, you might just be able to let Cresselia go here, because Cresselia can live a Scorching Sands. Oh, goes for the catch. And yeah, I guess either works, to be honest. You would have needed so much energy. Like, if you expended a Scorching Sands there to knock out the Melmetal, you just lose anyway, so. Opponent was trying to play to a win con, farm up like 100 energy. G to the G. Magnezone. A little bit scary for this team, to be honest. You have no fast move pressure. You have no fast move pressure for this Magnezone. I like the bait, because they have to respect it almost. So I like the bait. You don't debuff yourself. Oh my gosh, though. This Magnezone is scary, dude. This is a scary Magnezone. One positive, though. Oh, and they go straight for it. Yikes, dude. This is so bad. Does he win this somehow? This Magnezone is a problem. Going for the Moonblast here. And seems like Moonblast is kind of nice to have. PvPoke now recommends Future Sight as like the standard moveset for Crest, and I think it helps it in the Sims a little bit, but Moonblast might just be more consistent. Let me know if you guys have any thoughts on that. Some of you guys are extremely intelligent battlers in the comments. If you have any thoughts on Moonblast, because I tend to lean towards Moonblast myself over Future Sight. Dig connects, gonna swap into Gligar, but that, oh dude, this Magnezone is a problem. It is a problem, dude. It's got so much energy. It's got like 2 moves right now. Oh gosh, shields the Mirror Shot. Gonna back-to-back shield. Wild Charge would do a lot. Oh, they bait, dude. This guy's a savage. If he calls this, I'm leaving the building. Oh, I'm leaving the building. It was a good video, guys. It was a good video. This opponent. All right, I'm back. I'm back in the building. He's playing Emmy Weedle, recent EUIC champion. Terrific player. Terrific player. Recently, I've met Emmy Weedle a few times. Worlds 2022 in London, and then recently EUIC in London, and he was in the chat for the Stockholm Regional, and I was just being like goofy, my sense of humor. I was like, "Hey, Emmy Weedle, you probably don't remember, but we met before in London," just being like stupid and funny. And I don't know if he got it, but he responded with something like he was like he was confused. Maybe he just didn't get the joke, which is fine. Sometimes my jokes do not get laughs. Sometimes they do, and that feels good. Charm 9, Charm's down. Melmetal's probably going to come back in here. We'll probably have to eat a weather ball to the face. Oh, opponent's farming up a lot. Wow. But Rockhaven wants to farm up a lot of energy himself, it appears. They go for the weather ball. Starting to get kind of low, but has the double rock slide. I can't imagine the opponent bothers shielding. They let Charm 9 go. In comes Pharaoh. Yikes. What do you do here? Do you, like, throw the next and then go? Yeah, gonna throw the next and then clear your debuff, I guess? This is so awkward, though. This is so awkward. This is like the 6th grade dance. Boys on one side, girls on the other side. No one's making the first move. That's how awkward this is. When I got the chance to do the official cast for the Indianapolis Regional, I mentioned that. That's like one of the references I like to make, but I think that's kind of towing the line with like what's acceptable. Anyway, Pharaoh's kind of a menace here against Cresselia. Just resists everything. Forces Cresselia to use the final shield. Goes for the grass knot bait. Wow. This isn't even going to knock out if it connects, but they probably have to shield. Yeah. Oh, going for another. I don't think this is enough, though. Double resisted. Do you catch now? Oh, God. Do they have two? Do they have two? It comes down to... They have so much energy. I think they have two. They don't have two. GG. That was crazy. I was clearly not counting. That was a crazy game. Melmetal versus Gligar. Kind of a weird matchup. Like, I would definitely say favors the Gligar, but Melmetal can freely just rock slide and get out of here. That might be what Rockhaven decides to do. Yep. Beautiful catch. Opponent's probably frustrated. Overfarmed by like 3 Psycho Cuts and they still catch. Caught an Aerial Ace bait. And now Gligar is going to expend more energy. Doesn't seem to have an obvious counter to the Cress. Dig connects. And we're going to see Carbon come in. That's an interesting swap in. I mean, these Grass Knots are going to chunk. 3 Grass Knots is usually around enough to knock out Carbink. It's close. I think 3 Grass Knots puts it like really low. Or maybe it doesn't quite knock out, but puts it almost into like farm down range for something. And look at this. Wow. I guess the opponent might know that they can take 3 Grass Knots and get the farm down without using a shield. Oh, they do use a shield. Okay. They've got lots of energy, but Melmetal can absorb this. Carbink is so bulky. Unfortunately, a single move from Melmetal is not going to be enough to knock out Carbink. So it's kind of awkward here. Kind of awkward here. This is where double Iron Bash would be kind of nice to have, but I think Rock Slide Superpower is generally a little bit better in terms of coverage. They're going to go for a move here. Shields the Moonblast. Oh, do you go for the Thunder Shock down? Oh my gosh. Banks a ton of energy and then goes for the Wing Attack down. This is pretty nice. Oh, baby. That head start is so nice against this Poliwrath. This looks really good. And honestly, even if the opponent catches as a potential win con, like the Superpower will probably knock out by the time they could even catch because the Wing Attacks are going to add up. So yeah, this is fine. They swap. I mean, you have to throw energy anyway. And you are debuffed. This might not quite knock out. But you live this Aerial Ace for sure. Probably get off an Aerial Ace against the Poliwrath. And it should be a G to the G. And even if this Aerial Ace isn't enough, because you're still debuffed, you still have energy on your Melmetal. So chilling. Oh, and it is enough. Wow. That does a lot. That does a lot. Sometimes I get tripped up with Poliwrath's like bulkiness. Because I think of it as like super bulky, but then I see like an Aerial Ace do over half health debuffed. I know it's shadow on shadow, but still. Well, this is looking pretty bad. Shields, interesting. I don't know if I love the shield, but was the opponent slow to swap? Like, is he gonna get this next move off first? But like this Aerial Ace doesn't do you much if they know it's an Aerial Ace. Oh, maybe it does. Maybe it does allow you to Thundershock down. I take it back. My stand corrected. My stand corrected. Weather Ball. Melmetal is just kind of glassy in the Great League when it doesn't reach its full like stat product potential. So these Weather Balls still add up. It's already 40% health. Has all this energy though, which is nice. Oh, yikes. Not the Magnezone. Not the Magnezone. Reminds me of like the gingerbread man from Shrek. Not the gumdrop buttons. Not the Magnezone. That's kind of a random reference. Anyway, Magnezone. Getting in the zone. Wild Charge connects. Grass Knot will knock out after this debuff, so this is maybe a little awkward for the opponent. They shield, but they just get the Volt Switch down. And then they just win Charge Attack priority. And the Poliwrath is still really healthy, right? There's no way it's in superpower range. Rock Slide will definitely knock out Zone. But let's see, how healthy was this Wrath? Yeah, way too healthy. Super healthy. Has been eating vitamins. Athletic Greens. Not sponsored, by the way. I feel like so many people are sponsored by Athletic Greens. I feel like I hear that sponsorship everywhere. Melmetal into Empoleon. Shadow Empoleon. They swap Shadow Sableye. I'm going to chip. And then maybe go Gligar. Doesn't have an obvious answer. Yes, that's what he does. Let's see if he elects to take the foul play here. It'll do a lot, but doesn't seem concerned that it'll threaten to flip the switch advantage. So now I'm going to throw the Aerial Ace. If they let this go, does he have enough health to reach the dig here? I think so. I think he should reach the dig. Does he have to live like 5? 1, 2? Oh, I'm wrong. Not going to reach the dig. Has to settle for Aerial Ace. Shadow Empoleon. I forgot about that. It's my excuse. Shadow gets the farm down. Empoleon has energy, which is a little concerning here. Because Shadow Hydro Cannon, man, is going to do a lot of damage. So going to be forced to put up the shield. Would probably put Melmetal into the red. In comes Gligar. Yeah, this is looking kind of awkward. The opponent has danced around here very well. Rock Slide. Doesn't grab a shield. I think you just go for Grass Knots here. Because you almost want to have energy for the Empoleon. Okay, Rockhaven sees it differently. He wants to get rid of this before Gligar can get to another move. And they shield. I think you just eat it. Yeah, you let it go. You Grass Knot. Maybe take a few more wing attacks. Okay, just going to get to Moonblast because he's only going to get to one move anyway, so that makes sense. They shield again. I don't think that... I don't know. Well, now the opponent... Oh, he's just going to build up the double, I guess? So does Gligar not have a dig? Oh, even if it does have a dig... Oh, I love this. So he doesn't debuff himself, builds up to double Rock Slide, which will knock out, and then Melmetal will win the Charge Attack priority. And this will be enough to knock out the Gligar. Very well played. That was a weird end game where I felt like both trainers could have played it a lot of different ways. I'm like, he's probably going to do this. Oh, no, he's not. But very good game there. Melmetal into Dragonite. Normally you see this in Master League, but here we are in the Great League. And Rock Slide firing off. The ability to outpace Dragonite here is really nice. Dragonite will potentially bait the Dragon Claw here. Kind of a tough bait to call because you don't want to just get one shot by the superpower. So you almost have to respect it, but this is nice that they haven't been able to catch successfully. So Artie's going to pull both Protect Shields. Dragonite building up. Throws right before the rock slide, and then you just got to assume they're probably going to try and swap out and catch here. And that's what they do into Clefable. Rockhaven sees it all the way. He's one step ahead. Rock Slide going to chip, then going to swap into Cress. Clefable is like a relatively bulky Pokemon, so might be able to hang on to a Moonblast here. Clefable going to get off another move against Cresselia. We know Cresselia can tank it based off the damage that first one did, and they also settled for Meteor Mash. After all these Psycho Cuts, Moonblast might be enough to knock out at this range. Moonblast knocks out Clefable. In comes Pharaoh. And it's a great thing that he overfarms so much, right? Because now he can at least do some chip damage here against this Ferrothorn, which is kind of nice. And still a little bit outside of Bullet Seed downrange. Maybe now he's in Bullet Seed downrange, but gets off another Moonblast here. Really chipping away at that health and eventually forcing the Ferrothorn to expend energy. This is huge. Dragonite is still lurking there with a little bit of energy, so that's one of the concerns right now. Oh, gets the combo. Let's go. And that should just about seal it, because Ferrothorn's going to have to expend a Power Whip to knock out this Melmetal. And once they expend the Power Whip, they understand that Gligar will just win. Daddy Owl! A former coaching student of mine. Let's see if I have taught Daddy Owl anything. And look at that. Former coaching student / current coaching student. We did one recently, but he's look at how high he is on the leaderboards, dude. He's at like 34, 3,500. Crazy. Superpower coming through. Gonna chip away at Steelix. Steelix firing energy. Let's see what move Daddy Owl's running. Psychic Fangs. Interesting decision to throw the Psychic Fangs here. Hopefully this is like a crunch. Yeah, I don't know if I understand why expend all that energy on Cresselia. I think you would have much rather kept that energy for later, because it's not like those Psychic Fangs are really going to do anything. And it also delays the switch clock, so it might allow Rockhaven to like get out of here at some point and keep Cresselia around. Move coming through. Aerial Ace does a little bit extra because of the debuffs. Moonblast now coming through against Mantine. Switch timer's up, and now this is where it's unfortunate. Yeah, staying in. I think would have been better off just going straight Mantine into the Cresselia instead of using all that energy. Now this is disastrous because Melmetal has all this energy. Oh, this is looking yikes. Superpower coming through. Knocks out Steelix. And it's Charm 9. If it was Powder Snow 9, maybe there'd be like some sliver of a win con, but Charm 9, there's just no way. Because Gligar... actually, wait. Does he still have a shield? Rockhaven still has a shield, right? Yeah, he still has a shield, so he should be chilling. Comes in Gly. And has the move loaded. I haven't been counting A9 if it has like 2 moves. But apparently not. Aerial Ace will definitely knock out. And a very convincing win there for Gligar. G to the G. Melmetal into Superior. You would think this is favorable for Melmetal, right? But it's actually... I wonder if Superior just wins this. Because double Frenzy Plant probably just about knocks out. And this is where you see like bulk plus the strength of Community Day moves. Frenzy Plant being just such a strong, efficient move. Yeah, Frenzy Plant. Yeah, Superior just like straight up wins this. Which is kind of funny considering Melmetal resists everything. And it can actually... Okay, wait. Maybe I'm tripping. Because double Superpower could potentially be enough. Let's see. First Superpower. I'll get shielded. Okay. Oh, that was weird. Maybe like tried to wait a turn, thinking he would live a Vine Whip or something. I don't know. Opponent gives up Switch. Yeah, considering there's a Gligar, I don't know. I feel like the opponent would have been better just letting their Superior go down, right? And then aligning their Dugong with the Gligar, but we'll see. Maybe they've got multiple answers for Gligar. Going for another Grass Knot here against the mighty Dugong. Cresselia, such a strong Pokemon right now. It's become ever so common in the Great League. That was after 2. What's Dugong gonna do here? Dugong goes down. Carbink, yeah, so I think the opponent misplayed this a bit. They could have just let their superior go down, right? Aligned Dugong with Gligar. Carbink against Cresselia, not the best matchup, but not that bad. Instead, now this looks really tough. So Rock Slide going to grab that shield. Oh, okay, they do combo here, which could be something. I think if you're the opponent, you just let Superior go here, considering there's double Aerial Ace. And then you hope you can get off a Rock Slide before... Okay, this might come down to this, honestly, whether they shield this or not. They shield? Did they get there? Oh. But they're forced. Yeah. Cresselia just too spammy. And a nice job by Rockhaven dancing around. Carbink just way too slow. That's the hindrance of Carbink. It's so bulky, it's so strong, but it's also just so slow to get to those charge moves. So, every Pokemon has their pros and cons. Very solid lead here against Ferrothorn. Going to build up to 10 Thundershocks and then throw the Superpower here for proper timing. Boom, big damage. Ferrothorn elects to throw immediately, which gives them a better chance at avoiding the catch, I would say. Power Whip connects. Going to throw after 1. Superpower. Going to get shielded. And Ferrothorn throws right away again. Now Ferrothorn is dry, so you can overfarm here quite a bit if you want. Going to throw after 4. I like it. The Ferro's still 1 bullet seed away from the Power Whip, I believe. Superpower knocks it out. You're super debuffed. Oh, pivots. And not the best situation. Cresselia would have been the better pivot in this situation because now you simply get outpaced to the double Hydro. Oh, but the opponent switches. Oh my gosh. I don't understand why if you're the opponent, right? Like, well, maybe I'm speaking too soon. Maybe I'm being overly critical. I'm thinking, like, why not just shield an Aerial Ace and then knock it out with a Hydro Cannon and go from there? But I guess this also makes sense. But you, like, with all this energy, now this Gligar, right, has suddenly taken out your Mantine. And you're just leaving so much work for Alligator to do here. And Melmetal has some energy. Throws right before the Hydro. And I think Rockhaven's in a great spot here because he can just grab this final shield. And, yeah, the opponent loses track of energy, which is tough to do against Melmetal. I mean, Melmetal did, like, what, 40 Thundershocks in this game? Maybe not that many, but tough to keep track of all that energy. Plus, they would have needed so much energy just to get rid of Cresselia, so it just wasn't happening. Another Shadow Sableye. We saw this same situation earlier. I wonder if it's the same opponent. He's playing again. Rock Slide connects, goes Gligar. Last time we saw the Foul Play connect. And then threw after like 2 or so. Goes after 1. Then we saw Empoleon Steel Wing down. Sometimes I get... Oh, they shield this time. Okay, it's not the same game. I was going to say, sometimes I get scared if it's the same game. This is actually great, right? Oh, I thought he was going to shield, but I guess not. Maybe he remembers the team and knows he doesn't need switch. But I forget what the back Pokemon is, to be honest. Gets the Thundershock down. Gligar. And the thing is, you would think Empoleon... Oh, nice catch. You would think Empoleon has a great matchup against Crest, but, like, Double Grass Knot easily KOs, so it's not the best. It's not the best. Hydro Cannon, though, will threaten this Crest. So we're going to put up a shield. And, you know, he might be forced to double shield the Crest here. However, the switch timers are desynced. So that could open up something. He also... Oh, you know what he might do? I don't know if the switch clock will allow it, though. I was going to say keep all this energy and then use the superpower. But no, he's going to have to Grass Knot and then swap immediately. Those Rock Slide. Is Rock Slide enough here? Resisted rock slide. It is enough. Wow. Really nice call there, knowing that the rock slide was enough. Going for a rock slide here. I lost track of Gligar's energy, so I don't know if they're still one away from the dig. They are. That's huge. That is huge. They're going to barely hang on here, and they need to overfarm to have 2 moves. They need to have dig plus aerial ace, otherwise they're going to lose. Gligar. Oh my gosh, what a game. Holy cow. That is some top of the leaderboard gameplay right there. Oh man, crazy stuff. Shout out to Rockhaven, tremendous battler in multiple formats he's proven, sending us in his footage, running Melmetal all the way to number 2 on the global leaderboard, as we saw at the start of the video. Awesome stuff, man. I appreciate you sending me the footage. If you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you are new around here, comment down below. All comments are appreciated. And all that said, thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.